Hi YouTube, happy fight night. It's me, Miss Boxing. I'm posting this video as my post-fight analysis on the Froch Ward SuperSix finale that took place this evening. Took place just a short while ago in Atlantic City, and I thought the fight was wonderful. I made the prediction in a previous video that Ward would win by KO, and I want to say the fifth or the sixth round. That didn't happen, and that was overstated, but Ward did win. It was a decision fight. He won by unanimous decision. Two judges, I believe, had him at 115, 113, and one judge had him at 110, 118, which was what I also had him scored at too. I didn't really understand the two judges because to me and to everybody I was watching the fight with, Ward completely dominated the fight. Froch had his moments and things, but the general tone of the fight, Ward dominated completely. He landed more punches, yet Froch threw more punches but did not land. He was very ineffective in his punching. He was ineffective in his defense. He was sloppy. I feel that his game was completely thrown off. I feel like he thought he knew the kind of fighter that Ward was, but when he got into the ring and he got toe to toe with him, he realized that, maybe I don't really know what's going on here, and that threw him off. He came into the fight very, very cocky, very arrogant, in his interviews and things. And so for me, that is always always kind of leery. I feel like some people can be cocky and get away with it, but I just didn't think that he had the power and the ability to back all the claims that he was making and the things that he was saying, and it showed when they got into the ring. The fight predominantly took place in the center of the ring. There was just a lot of short, quick, fast punches. Ward went for the body a lot. He went for the head with the left hook, jabs and things like that. There weren't any haymakers or really anything like that thrown. It was just a lot of punches and combinations to the body, short and quick, in the middle of the ring, that just kind of wore away at Froch over time. Um, I feel like Froch attempted a lot of things but didn't really accomplish what he was going for. I feel like he just thought that he could get away with, fighting this willy nilly style, and he couldn't. And that was very apparent to him early in the fight. And I think that he was so shook up that he didn't really even realize it and start changing it until late in the fight, until I want to say like the eighth or ninth round. He finally kind of started picking up the pace a little bit more. But by that point, it was too late. Speaking of the eighth round, at the end of the eighth round, when Froch threw that punch after the bell, that was pretty shady. I think that just kind of speaks to my negative thoughts about him. He's just super arrogant, super cocky. It was just unnecessary and uncalled for. I just didn't really see, he didn't gain anything from it. And my favorite part about that is how it just didn't even phase Ward at all. He was just like, it did nothing to him. So that just kind of made me happier because it was just kind of like whatever. So all in all, it was a really good fight. I was pleased with the fight as a whole. I don't really think that Froch is. I don't really think that he is what people make him out to be. I feel like, you know, outside of the UK and things like that, people view him more for what he is and what he's done as opposed to like what they want him to be. You know, he is a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, because nobody would be in this tournament or at this level of fighting, at this caliber of fighting, if they weren't, great at what they do. But at the end of the day, I mean, I've heard people say that he's the greatest fighter of all time, which is just like, okay, absolutely not. So, I hope that this really shows him and shows people, that there's real talent out there, and that, you don't have to be arrogant, you don't have to be cocky, and talk is cheap. And when you're in the ring toe to toe, that really shows who you are. And I hope from this that Ward gets the respect that he deserves. He deserves this title. He went through this. He beat Kessler. He beat Green. He worked his way through over the last 2.5 years to get to this point, and he absolutely deserves to be here. There's a lot of talk swirling around of where, either of them should go next, and Lucien Boutet's name is being thrown around, and I feel that Ward should not fight him. I hope he doesn't, because I don't think Boutet deserves that fight. I think he's been kind of ducking and dodging fighters that are upper scale fighters, that will actually give him a fight. So I feel like if he got a big money fight, like, Ward coming off the SuperSix, champion, being, the champion winning, or, even Froch at this point, it just wouldn't be fair. So that's kind of my take on that. I hope Ward lets this soak in and enjoys it, because he deserves it. To all my haters out there who've been posting comments on my videos, I'm right. Women do know things about boxing, so you can't be so judgmental. I'm not going to bake you cookies. I'm not going to make you a sandwich. So even though those comments are very funny, I'm still going to keep making videos, and you're not going to get rid of me anytime soon. So I thank you all for watching. I hope that you comment and subscribe to my videos. I'm going to be making a lot more in the upcoming future. I have a Twitter page also. If you want to follow me on there, I'll post a link in the description box. And I thank you for watching the video. Night.